It's Tuesday, October 12th. Coming up live on The View. They're the hottest topics on television. From Sarah Palin's front row seat for Bristol's Dirty Dancing to the latest celebrity split that's shocking Hollywood. And the A-list stars that are exposing their casting couch nightmares. Plus, Christina Ricci's telling you about making her Broadway debut, even though she's terrified of public speaking, and how she handled the temptations of young Hollywood after making it big as a child star. And the women of Sex and the City couldn't get enough of this man's pumps. And footwear designer Manolo Blahnik is showing off his latest line that proves his style is a step ahead. All that, hot topics and more, coming up live on The View.
To The View, baby. We are all wearing Manolo Blahniks this morning. We are working these shoes out. Yeah, baby. Yes, we are. Yes.
He gives good hugs and kisses. I was just back there in the dressing room.
I didn't meet him yet.
Oh, he's a love.
You love him. I'm telling you, I'm loving my shoes that I can wear with my socks. Yeah,
you
baby.
feel very
That's right. I'm cute and happy.
When you put Manolos on, you feel very sexy. Yeah. You know, just like,
That wasn't what I was feeling.
I was feeling tall myself.
That's what I was feeling. I was like, hey.
You just feel
How
good.
is everybody? It was great.
Sex in the City.
Yeah. That's right. Now, you know, we wanted to start by telling you about an important segment that's airing on Monday's show where we follow Sherry and Elizabeth when they go to get mammograms.
Yes.
So, I assume you were breast ready and did what you needed to do.
We went yesterday together.
We went yesterday together.
Which
It was
is
really
a great
good.
thing to do for go with your girlfriends.
I recommend going with a girlfriend to go get a mammogram.
Yeah, and we left with our results. These are my results,
And
which will be revealed.
These are my results.
Like her opening act.
It was funny because we came out and Elizabeth was like, I got mine. I was like, hey.
Well, they can't fit yours.
These are the X-rays, yeah.
How many are in there?
It's just they took 4 shots, right,
4 shots.
of our breasts. Top, bottom, and the sides. And that's what's in there.
And you get to keep them. I put them in my bra drawer. That's where I keep them, in my brassiere drawer.
It's a great starting line to know any comparison that comes from here.
Absolutely. You can take them to the doctor and they compare. So you have to go in
yeah, I will be taking my microscopic images to my doctor to review later.
So that's kind of. There's a big difference there.
Yeah, there is. Look, this is an almost A cup, me, after children.
And this is 2 double Ds right here. This one right here. But we taped the entire thing.
That looks like an L cup to me.
That looks like it probably is. It will be showing on Monday, October 18th.
Yes, we're doing a mammogram Monday.
We did the entire thing on tape, so you'll get to see the results.
I can't wait to see it. I'm so glad you guys went and did it, because, you know, we should all do it.
Yes.
Even if there isn't in our families. But, you know, because we're getting so many mixed messages. Oh, wait until you're 40. Oh, do it when you're 10. Oh, do it when... I mean, it's like too much.
Yeah, we're going to cover a bunch of information in
Well,
there.
You need
And
a
we learned a lot,
baseline
actually.
sometimes when you're younger. Just a baseline so that they can compare it as you get older.
Yeah. I like that. I'm glad you did it. You know, I was on Morning Joe this morning, and a question that's been posed to everyone at this table, I'm pretty sure, was asked to me yet again. Take a look.
You guys are very chummy on the air, but what's it like backstage?
Yeah.
You just at each other's throats. You just hate each other deeply.
You know, it's kind of funny. I would never ask the 3 of you guys that. I would never say you guys. No, but it's a woman thing.
No, I was kidding.
I know, but it's kind of funny. But most people do ask that question. They say, "Well, what's it really like? Do you guys like each other?" It's like, what do you mean? Yeah.
Good point. Very good.
Handled.
That's right. It is a woman's thing.
Why do they ask this? What is it not possible? Because you mentioned something earlier, Sherry, and it was quite smart, I thought, that you watch ESPN as I do, and you would never question whether the guys like each other.
Right, Tim's on there all the time. I've never once asked him, do you get along with everybody?
I mean, so what is it about women that makes them
People love a
ask
cat
that?
fight, as I was saying to that bitch Barbara this morning. But they love a cat fight. I think it's just not as much fun to watch men fight because they get violent. Women just tear, you know, they just yell, call each other names, tear each other's hair, insult each other. Men start hitting, and that's not fun.
And it's so funny when you do say to people, because you're right, this is the first question everybody asks us in every interview. When you do say to them, we get along great, they always go, no.
Yeah,
they don't want to believe you.
Right.
They never believe that she and I get along with each other.
Never.
They don't believe it.
It's
They
creepy.
refuse
I think
to
it's
believe
very
it.
creepy because it's like painting us all with this brush that says you can't have disagreements and still be friends. I don't understand
Well,
it.
it's the way of the world.
I guess so.
It's quite
But
misogynistic.
you know what? Last night on Dancing with the Stars.
Which accent? Wait, what is this? Jamaican?
No.
No, it's
No,
Latin.
baby. This would be the Jamaican. If I did this, this would be the Jamaican. But this was not Jamaican night on Dancing with the Stars.
What was it? Oh, Argentina.
This is Latin night, baby.
So, I repeat, last night on Dancing with the Stars, Sarah and Todd Palin had a front row seat for Dr. Bristol's performance. Take a look.
It's raining, raining, come into me, come into me. Ella, 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 under my umbrella.
What about that little abstinency thingy? What happened to that?
They weren't
I
having
love
sex,
the
were they?
reaction. I mean,
Foreplay.
I was sweating for her. You've got your dad in the audience
your
watching you
mom.
be groped, and then your mom, Sarah, definitely like bit her tongue or something watching it. And then you've got Piper, who's like, "Get some Bristol!" I love it.
She's cute, Piper.
I loved it.
You know, I think
I love her.
the hard thing for Bristol, I like her, is that she's not an entertainer. She's kind of been thrust out here in the spotlight. I think she's trying to make the best of
I
it.
think thrust is a good word to describe what was going on
So
there.
bad.
She's trying
You are
so
bad.
hard.
And
I
she's
think she's
trying
very
really hard.
uncomfortable.
You know, it's an uncomfortable situation because an entertainer knows how to take that moment and work it. So she's trying hard.
But why is she naked from the bottom down? He's naked from the top
It's the
up.
rumba.
It's the whole rumba is very sexy, like the
It's
way
the
Whoopi was
dance of
doing it.
love.
Absolutely. But you
I
know,
never saw anybody do the rumba without a shirt. I mean, I never. Call me crazy. My Uncle Tony did the rumba. He always wore a shirt. What is this?
There are many ways to rumba.
there's many ways to rumba.
Many ways to rumba.
You know what let you have your... What I like about this show, Whoopi, is it's Dancing with the Stars, and we know throughout the years that this has been a show that can revitalize people's career. A lot of people go on this show to kind of, you know, boost it again. And Jennifer Grey has just been excellent in the way she has been dancing. Extremely. And I think that this show is really great for Jennifer Grey because we still a lot of people still focus on Baby from what was the movie from Dirty Dancing.
Right.
And I think she's doing so well. I think we got a clip of Jennifer doing her moves.
Well, she's
Now,
a dancer.
you know, now her father's Joel Grey, was he an actor,
He
director?
was in the movie, the iconic film Cabaret.
Cabaret.
Who's
Okay,
that,
so
right?
I wonder. It makes me. I wonder if Jennifer Grey has had dancing experience. I don't know.
One
She's
would
very
think that
good.
she had some dancing
Dirty
experience when she
Dancing.
did Dirty Dancing. I mean, that, you know, she knows what she's doing.
But this show, I expect to see. I think Jennifer Grey is going to go far, and I think that this show will do a lot for Jennifer Grey.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
The situation, on the other hand, is in trouble. I think the situation.
The situation, on the other hand.
I think he might be in trouble after last night.
Is that him?
Yeah, the situation, you know.
Is that little skimpy thing? Oh, that's a woman.
No, that's a woman. No, situation is in the red.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
You know, in the situation, the situation, he had this whole
She has
aura.
restless leg syndrome.
You know, she's doing all the
strategy.
She's doing all the work.
That's the strategy. If you have someone that's not as strong, don't you think they kind of
because
dance
you know what?
around
If you're not really strong, that your choreographer has to do most. She has to lift most of the load. But the situation had this whole aura.
Video film, yeah.
He used to be he was very sexy. Everybody was into this situation. He was sexy with the abs. And I think doing Dancing with the Stars has showed all of his vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
He's pigeon-toed. The judges are so bad on him.
Seems to be kind of sweet.
And now it's just
Maybe
like
he'll come see us.
Does that help him or hurt him in his career on the Jersey Shore? I wonder.
I don't know.
I don't think he's long for the Jersey Shore, actually.
No, he's pretty
he's got other stuff going on. You know, he's got vitamin water that he's doing.
Worth millions.
Well, he is the smartest one.
He's been, and that's what he said he was going to do.
When he came on the show, he would not show you his abs because he said he's got a brand.
I'm going to send him my ab glider, and he's going to get that. We're going to do abs again together.
Well, I'm so glad he didn't show us because, you know, I don't know if I could have handled it. I realize every time Sherry describes some guy, I'm looking and she's saying he's so sexy and and I'm looking at him thinking, God, I gotta get my eyes checked. Because I can't see anything. Listen, we're gonna go and come back and we'll be right back with more Hot Topics. Like Gwyneth Paltrow and Charlize Theron and Helen Mirren have been going public about how in early parts of their careers, producers wanted them to finish auditions on the casting couch. Now, Helen Mirren says she felt like a piece of meat after a director made her flaunt her body in a casting session. I don't know what to say about it. I never had those issues.
Well, you can walk away if you feel you're talented enough. You say, no, I won't do it.
But you know what happens? The same article was saying a lot of these people, it's not, normally not the casting director. You could get in trouble. It's people, the producers, and they go after girls who have just started their career or very young girls who don't know the business, who don't know that, you know what, I got enough talent, I can walk away. And so they prey on those kinds of girls.
All actresses are married to the directors, if you notice.
Yes, that doesn't always work out either.
I don't know if that happens right at the beginning of their career.
Do you think this is in a box all of its own, or you think this is occurring in other professions as well, or is this immune to?
Oh, this is.
We've all slept with Bill Getty just for this job, for God's sakes. I mean, really.
I talked about the first year. Remember the first year at Christmas party?
I need to clear this up.
Yeah.
I did not sleep with Bill Getty. I slept with Barbara.
Oh, okay.
When we came here, remember we had the Christmas party in the club, and I slapped Bill Getty's ass all night long. He was bent over, and he was doing the thing, and it was just,
I don't think that was in the beginning when you were going through all the stuff you were going through. I think that happened much later. Much further down the line.
Was final.
Yeah.
And the light bulb came on.
Slapping just started right then. After.
It's very creepy. But I think it happens in all. I mean, we've seen at least since I've been here, we've talked about it with lots of different folks who have slept with the boss and maybe moved up, were perceived to have moved up because they slept with the boss.
I guess you're thinking we're focused on women here, assuming that most of the bosses are men, when indeed many of the bosses may be women, and it may be men sleeping their way to the top as well.
Well, it turns
that
out
happens.
that almost 20% of people in the U.S. workforce think sleeping with their boss can lead to a better job, according to a survey conducted by a Human Resources Consulting Group. I think it's kind of creepy.
I agree.
And 7% have done it, it says. So a lot of people are.
But you made a good point downstairs that I think, like you said, maybe some women feel like it's being done. I'm seeing.
Everybody's sleeping with everybody now.
Why don't I just make the best of it? Make it pay.
I don't think we're endorsing this at all.
No, not endorsing
it at all. This is
it
certainly not an endorsement by the
I personally would not do it. I If I'm not attracted to somebody, I'm not going there.
Why
you know,
is it so
that's the
complicated?
bottom line. If you're attracted, that's different.
But
if
you
it's-
see, but
I mean,
when-
you know, like Tippi Hedren. We're talking about her. Tippi Hedren from The Birds. Remember Tippi?
Yes.
I mean, what's his name? Hitchcock pursued her relentlessly, and in a certain way ruined a lot of her chances because she turned him down.
It's a control
He was
thing.
a real pig, apparently, but a great director.
You know, you may in short term maybe gain like a job or a short raise, but don't you long term end up losing because you're controlled by somebody else, essentially? If you are less in power than your boss and you're sleeping,
seems to be taken away.
But you see
Choices
these-
when you are indebted to someone or think that you're indebted to someone, suddenly your behavior starts to shift and it changes who you are. I don't know. I just think it would be just too hard. My mom used to say, you know, you cannot poo where you eat.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, you just can't do it because.
But a lot of the young girls don't realize that, especially with these with producers or casting directors, it doesn't guarantee you're going to get a job. You know, they can sleep with you and then still you don't get the job, and then you're looking in the mirror.
How do you know that? I'm not even going to ask you how you know that.
If it goes up,
guarantee you don't get the job.
maybe it goes up during a recession. I wonder if the statistics change in a recession.
Well, I tell you what, we'll find out. But another poll for you.
Oh.
A USA Today Gallup poll asked Americans to describe the federal government. And the top answers were...
a mess, corrupt, too big, dysfunctional, incompetent, terrible, confused, sucks, dishonest, and wasteful. Not my words, necessarily. But the words of the survey that were most indicated to describe their government.
Do you think this could be used, and I know this is crazy, but could they be said of pretty much all administrations? Have they all? I mean, I remember, 4 or 5 presidents. I said, them. I wouldn't use these words. I'd use my own words that you can't say on
like
TV.
Nixon, for instance.
I mean, I think that the federal government and the people are always going to seem at odds.
What do you
Some
think?
group is always going to be pissed off.
On the other side of these words, you see, because I know I feel the same way, but on the other side of this, I certainly have a lot of hope that the person that I voted for and the team that I voted for around him can fix this stuff. Because if I don't, if I don't have hope, Elizabeth, then I feel like we're doomed.
Yeah.
You got to have some kind of hope that I'm gonna hope that they are trying to get this mess and all of this stuff.
We have hope, and that's about it.
Because the Supreme Court lifted the amount of money that you can spend on a campaign if you're a corporation, the Tea Party people and Karl Rove and those people, they've been getting millions, I mean, $70 million by election day, just Karl Rove's group, to put out attack ads. So if you're constantly pummeled with the negative, you're going to start to believe it.
That also occurs on both sides of the aisle. There's also a Democratic committee
on the Democratic side. They don't have
they
the
actually
money.
have $200 million went into the last election alone. $200 million by unions, $400 million total.
I don't
much of
see
which
the
includes
attack ads coming from that side, though.
They actually,
these issues are always going to be with us because one side believes this and one side believes this. You believed that Bush was a bonehead. You believe Obama's a bonehead.
I don't think he's a bonehead. I actually think he's a nice person. I just think he's doing a bad job right now.
I'm talking about him as president.
I think he's a great person.
He may be a great person, but here's
I like his iPod playlist. I just think he's not doing a good job with our economy.
He's doing a better job for me than the previous administration. For me. That's just for me. So we are going to...
75% of the country doesn't feel
That's
that
right. Well, you know what? I don't know what 75% of the country feels because all I can read are these polls. I can only tell you what I know I feel. Sure. And I feel like I'm a little happier than I was before. But you're not as happy, maybe, as you were before. And so you and I are going to make this enjoy and share. We're going to make it about what it's really supposed to be about the people.
That's right.
Because that's what we care about. We care about the people. We don't care about him. We don't care about them.
And a lot of these, but you know what? It's so funny with
Excuse me.
Gotta go.
Gotta go. Oh, yes, I do, actually. We'll be right back with even more hot topics. 11 years of marriage, Courtney Cox and David Arquette announced that they're in a trial separation, but insist they remain the best of friends. Now, you know, can that friendship last? You know, people always ask this question, can you be friends with somebody you were married to? I think you can.
I saw my ex-husband the other day. We were at a show.
Did you acknowledge him?
Yeah, he was sitting in the sun. He thinks he's in Florida, wherever he goes. And, and I was chatting him up. You know, my daughter is close to him, so we're still friends.
But how long did it take? Because I don't think, you know, some people, depending on the situation of why the marriage broke up or why you separated, is how quickly you can be friends. If there's a traumatic thing that happened, I think it takes time. I think it takes healing.
It took years.
Yeah, right, so it took years, so now that you can actually...
See, for me, no, because, you know, to me, you know, my theory is if you're not friends before you got married, it's going to be very hard to be friends afterwards. I think you have to have a friendship first so that you can look and say, you know what? This relationship didn't work here, but we were friends before, so we can still be friends. I just don't have to sleep with you.
But I think you can be friends, and then depending on if a betrayal happens, because it's just like with girlfriends, if a betrayal happens, sometimes you have to separate. And you were really good friends, but it depends on how big, if there was a betrayal, and I'm speaking from my own thing. If a betrayal happens, you can be the best of friends, but you still have to heal, and then you can, and hopefully you can come back and be friends. And you were...
David Arquette was on the Howard Stern show this morning, and he was explaining everything. He said that they haven't had sex in 4 months. I think that when the sex shuts down for a long time, you better watch out. That's treacherous territory when you're young and still want to do it.
But why you... He also said it wasn't just... He said on Howard Stern that Courtney Cox told David that she was tired of being his mother. So that's pretty deep.
You only have 2 breasts, so you have one for a child and one for a husband, and that's it. So if you have 2 children, it's a little tricky when the husband is infantile.
You know...
You know what's interesting, though? I think it's interesting because I don't know...
that all bets are off.
There's enough for everybody right there. I think it's interesting to kind of assess things at a certain point, you know, be it 11 years, and I don't know, I never even knew there was such a thing as a trial separation before a separation. But I think it's important to kind of assess where you are in the relationship and say, you know, I do feel like I'm acting like your mother.
Do you think a trial separation really works? That's what they were saying they were going to do. Because I don't know. It's somehow, to me, it's like, okay, let's separate. It's like a way of getting the other one out of the house in a way, and then it's easier to get the divorce.
What it did for me, sometimes you get to separate and you realize, wow, I'm actually better off by myself.
Exactly my point.
Well, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And, you know, I don't know if he did, if he called in. I'm not going to speculate. But you know what? A new book called Dear Mrs. Kennedy compiles the letters of support and sympathy that Jackie Kennedy received from around the world after the assassination of President Kennedy. Had me thinking, you know, about outpourings of letters. I'm still getting a lot of bereavement things since my mom passed. So I want to ask, how long do you think it's appropriate to send condolences? Is it? I mean,
it's kind of hard because you're trying to move forward. Does it pull every time you receive something? Does it kind of pull you back a little bit into?
Well, I think so, but then after we sort of said we were going to do the subject, I realized that it's not even a month. But for me, it feels like it's been happening for like years and years, and every time I get a card, it does take me back.
It's you crying again. So maybe you don't want them anymore.
I don't know.
Maybe it might be time to just
help you through.
It's funny how you can just lose it like that. See?
Listen, I worked in Atlantic City. Did I tell you this?
No.
I worked in Atlantic City. I came out, I was dancing, I was ready, and then I had and I couldn't get myself together. And I thought, oh, God.
So what happened?
84 more minutes. I have to be on the stage 84 more minutes. So I don't know what happened. I don't know. I just kept talking. I had to keep talking because I thought, I'm going to lay down. I'm just going to lay down.
And technique, you know how to do it now.
It's very strange. But again, the book is called Dear Mrs. Kennedy. And members of our audience are taking this book home with them. And we will be right back with Christina Ricci.
acting at just 7 years old. And after nearly 50 films and a half a dozen TV shows, this showbiz veteran is making her Broadway debut in the play Time Stands Still. So please welcome back Christina Ricci. As cute as a button, as they say, so adorable. And I wonder, have you ever been
platform shoes on?
Very cute.
Not quite so.
How tall
small.
are you actually?
I'm actually 5'1", but I rounded down for so many years that now people think I'm lying when I say I'm 5'1", but I was actually lying when I said I was 5 feet. Because I didn't want to be an odd number.
Right. Yeah, I see.
I don't know why. It's teenage things you do, and then you're like, why? Why?
Did you ever? Have you ever been a victim of the casting couch?
No. No, I always think that's so funny. Like, none of those things, you know, they're like, watch out for drugs and watch out for the casting. No one ever offered me anything. Yeah, I remember when we were like teenagers or in our 20s, we were like, what are they talking about? Where are these people like just passing things out?
Yes, yes.
Well, that was good that you grew up like that.
Yeah, it was actually.
Where was that?
Really good.
What are you, outer Rangoon? Where did you live? where did you grow up?
I grew up in New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey.
And actually in New York City. And then I spent like 9 months out of every year in LA because I was working.
Yeah. Now you're doing this wonderful play which I saw, Time Stands Still, and I did see it. I was reading that you have stage fright and that you're afraid of public speaking, and yet you're doing a play. So
I had horrible, like crippling stage fright for years and years and years. And so I always thought, no, I'll never, ever do a play. And then as I got older, the idea seemed less frightening. And then all of a sudden they were like, do you want to audition for this play? And I was like, sure. And I was sort of walking home from the audition, and I was like, oh, wait, that's right. I'm afraid of live performance.
What happened on opening night?
Well, we had, previews for 2 weeks. So the first day of the first preview, I was just like, a wreck. A total wreck. Couldn't believe it. I was just like, what did I do? Why did I do? But everything was fine. And then opening night was fine, and everything was fine. And I think it's just like one of those things that as I got older, like I grew out of it a little bit.
That's good for you.
Or I just learned sort of, and that's one of the things you learn in previews as well. It's like, so you're gonna make a mistake.
Yeah.
Every night somebody's gonna go up.
Forgetting lines. That's where the fright is, right?
Right. Yes. Or you're blocking or something. And the thing is, Laura Linney's in the play, and she's so amazing. She's such a wonderful human being. And she was telling me, she's like, every day, someone's going to do something wrong.
Yeah.
Every single performance, something is going to happen that shouldn't have happened.
The audience doesn't even get it.
And you just keep going.
Well, you know what? So, Christina, we just love your work, and we're such a fan. And we watched you grow up in the Addams Family, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and you are. Just like we said in the beginning, you are a you're a veteran. Now, after nearly 50 films, you still say you don't feel hugely famous. Why do you say that?
Well, I just think that it would be really unhealthy for me personally to walk around thinking about everybody knowing who I was. So I just pretend the world's a really friendly place. And,
New Jersey.
Yes, exactly. It's like a small town. The whole world is a small town, and everyone's on my side.
That's great.
That's how I choose. That's how I choose to live my life. I don't read any internet stuff. I don't read even interviews. I do because I feel like if you were just living your life in a normal, non-public way, you would only know what a collection of people thought about you, probably your closest friends, and maybe not even. So if you want to kind of feel normal and not fall, become victim of all the pitfalls of fame or whatever. I play mind games with myself, and I'm just like, I refuse to acknowledge
Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton totally agree with that.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
She said sarcastically.
I don't know. Do you think that? I don't know. I think that. I don't know. I don't think that Kim reads her stuff. I'm a big Kardashian fan.
You don't think Kim reads her stuff?
I'm just kidding. I have no
you're
idea.
kidding. Yeah, we're both kidding.
I'm trying to cover up for the fact that I thought you were serious. Yeah, the tone was the joke.
Thank you so much for coming by and giving us your small town wisdom. I think that would help a lot of people. Thanks to Christina Ricci. If you guys are in New York, check out Time Stand Still at the Court Theater, and members of our studio audience are going home with a pair of tickets. We'll be right back.
Oh my God!
Shh, Carrie.
Do you know what these are?
We're not even supposed to be in here.
Manolo, Blahnik, Mary Jane's. I thought these were an urban shoe myth.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be pillaging the men's side.
Okay. Oh my God! These are authentic, patent leather. And if they don't fit, so help me, I'm gonna wear them anyway.
And the very mention of his name can still curl a lady's toes. Please welcome Manolo Blahnik. And we love your pink loafers.
We love your loafers. They're great.
Sit next to me.
Love them. And a fancy sock as well. Oh, we are delighted that you are here. The women here adore you. And I have to say, you've been a quiet mentor of mine for many years. But I want to go back in time. You were born on the Canary Islands. Right?
Indeed.
Spanish mother, Czech father. Neither were designers of shoes, though your mother made shoes during the war.
My mommy did shoes where the war, you couldn't get anything, so she made her own things.
And
so it was quite beautiful, maybe genetically.
But did anyone in your family have a foot fetish?
Me.
Yes, you. But it was in 1970 that it was Diana Vreeland, the editor-in-chief of Vogue, that told you were working on set design, that you should be designing shoes.
Absolutely true.
I mean, tell us about your first sketch, how that started. This is it.
I had many sketches. That is the one, yes.
Beautiful.
Oh.
And this is...
I was 17 or 19.
And did this become then a shoe?
Indeed, and it was almost the end of my career because I showed it in London, and I did it. It was not experienced, so I didn't put the steel inside. It was rubber, so all the models were just like walking down, and it was a disaster. But it's still here, so.
You know what? It's so many celebrities have worn your shoes. We see them on the red carpet everywhere, and with Sex in the City. But Princess Diana would sit on the floor and try on shoe after shoe after shoe. What was that like?
It was a privilege. It was a privilege, and to see somebody so luminous, so normal, so loving, and to me, is one of those moments that I never get out of my mind.
I have to say, you have this book, Manolo's New Shoes, and it features your drawings, and it is like diving into a book of candy of shoes. Right. You are such an artist. Do you have a favorite in here?
I have many.
What is this?
Oh, I love that one. That is very Spanish.
And we are excited because...
I love that one,
yes,
too.
Yes.
This is more a Shearer in the red shoes.
Yes. I have to tell you, these, so many films have used your shoes. I mean, for me, Marie Antoinette was killer. I mean, those shoes that you designed were brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. I want those shoes.
I love those shoes. Thank you.
Well, you actually brought some of your fall fashion line to show us today, and we are honored to have them. We want to start with the first shoe, which is one that has jewel. And the two looks that we have here are a boot and a shoe. So tell us about this a bit. Are those velvet? Oh, my. Wow. These are gorgeous.
I love them. I'm wearing those. I'm wearing everything.
Is that a velvet and jewels?
That one, the first one, is just like a court shoe with rhinestones. Ooh. It was based on the Austro-Hungarian Empire, princesses or whatever. And the second one, the boot, is a boot in velvet, I think. And we have it in many colors, pink or whatever. It's like that.
Clip from Sex and the City, right?
This is a shoe which is eternal. It's been going on since Natalie Wood in Sex and the Single Girl, whatever it was. Right. And it's been a bestseller since that date.
Yes, those are very signature Manolo.
Yes.
Do you? Why are your shoes quite so expensive? I know that they're worth every dime. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But what?
Each thing is done by hand.
And
then crocodile, what do you call alligator is very, very expensive, and that is long time.
Yeah, they're collectible.
Those are really good shoes. Oh, so whimsical and fun.
I love those red ones.
Yes.
I love this.
You could wear those red ones, Manolo.
I could. I could wear anything over there. But you see, I love that one. It's like Greek-inspired by the soldiers in Greece. Right. The colors,
the ones
that
on the
one,
left?
the ones on the left.
Adorable.
And this one is very feminine, which is you got to have buttons and things, and it's like very feminine kind of.
But you do strut around your factory in the shoes, I understand. Too.
All the time.
Why do you do that?
Because I want to see if the balance is perfect, if the comfort is well.
That makes sense.
And you also got this 2 evening looks. Classic, but perfect for the evening. Oh, sapphire.
That one on the left,
that looks like
the blue on the
royalty.
left, the blue, yes, it was like Sex in the City. The ring was instead of the ring they gave the shoes.
Right.
Yes. And that one has been another Sex in the City episode, which
those are cute,
she got
beautiful.
Tatum Neil good wrong.
Your shoes are collectible items. I mean, people keep them, you know.
And now we have some boots, perfect for fall and fun. Oh my goodness!
Fuzzy ones, they remind me of the Wizard of Oz, right?
Indeed. But to me, it's like Himalayan goats
They
go to
move
town.
beautifully.
I love that one.
Now, is the purpose to keep your calves warm, or is it just a style?
It's because, you know, you have to have a fantasy.
That's
you have
a fantastic thing, yeah.
Who cares? It's beautiful.
And the
And that
sequence.
one reminds me of those girls like Bianca Jagger, Liza Minnelli, and Studio 54, which is good, suitable for any kind of legs, small, hefty, whatever. You look great in that.
Oh my
I think.
gosh, those are
I love them.
phenomenal.
And
We're
I
all
love-
drooling here. Oh, Manolo, we love you. Our thanks to Manolo Blahnik. Hey, members of our audience are going home with a copy of his new book. They're going to love it, and we will be right back.
Is going to show us how to walk in his shoes. Manolo, please show us.
This is the wrong day because I've had a broken leg, but I tried to.
So like it's a strut. It's like it's a strut. So that's it. So everybody, have a great day. Take a little time to enjoy